So what if all your decision-making was as simple as weighing the consequences in 10 minutes, 10 months, or 10 years from now? Well, earlier this morning, best-selling author Suzy Welch talked about her unique approach to mastering life's dilemmas. She's back now to help you with yours. Suzy's new book is called 10-10-10, a life-transforming idea. Suzy, thanks for sticking around.
Thank you very much.
So once again, for the folks who didn't find out what this was, tell us again, 10-10-10. What does this mean?
This is a way of making decisions which I've found can really transform your life, and it's about excavating your values. How do you want to live? What's your authentic life? What's the life you want to create? And then thinking about your decisions in a framework with a process of looking at the consequences of your options in 10 minutes, 10 months, and 10 years, or in the immediate term, the near term, and the distant future.
So this is really the big picture.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a way of sort of shortcutting wisdom, isn't it? I mean, wisdom is sort of looking at what the impacts of everything you're doing right now, a little bit down the road, and in the future. And 10-10-10 is a process that just sort of is a shorthand for getting wisdom applied to your decisions and dilemmas every day.
So we got some emails. Some folks really came pouring in. Let's take a look. First one, this is from Samantha in Indiana. I have to decide if I leave my smaller home to move into my fiance's larger home. We were both making $2,500 a month. Then he lost his job. I have to be the breadwinner for now with 2 other children. Is this a good move?
Yes. Is this a good move? The answer to this question is this a good move for you given what you want in your marriage? 10-10-10 has incredible applicability in relationships. That's one thing I found as I did the research for the book. And the one thing that people do is they make decisions about their relationships based on living the picture. You know, does this look good? Or on expedience, or on fear, or on expectations, or on momentum. And what you really need to decide to do 10-10-10 with a relationship, do I stay, do I go, what are the deals arrangements, as I say, what kind of relationship do I want? What matters to me? Is it security? Is it adventure? Is it having this third force in the room that the marriage or the relationship is bigger than the 2 of you? And so what I would say to Samantha in Indiana is you can't make any of these decisions about do you move into a smaller house or bigger house until you make the bigger decision, which is what kind of relationship, what kind of marriage am I making here? Then you can look at the consequences of this house move in 10 minutes, 10 months, and 10 years, and believe me, the answer will pop immediately.
All right, this one's from Maria in California. I've worked in an office for 11 years. I don't have any benefits. I'm in dire need of medical coverage for myself and possibly my husband. Would it be worth it switching to jobs with benefits but a lower pay? Again,
10-10-10's applicability in career decisions is very versatile. I've seen it applied to people making all sorts of career choices. This is a person who has got immediate 10-minute pressure on her. We need medical benefits. And one of the very powerful aspects of 10-10-10 is it forces you to ask the questions you need to get the answers to. For instance, she needs medical benefits. Her job doesn't have them. 10-10-10 would impel this woman to go to her boss and say, I need to have a candid conversation with you about my career trajectory here. Do I have upward mobility? Will I be moving up? Will you give me a good recommendation when I leave? She needs to have some other conversations to get the answers that will allow her to do a 10-10-10. If she's in dire need and has immediate need for medical benefits, and her boss says to her, look, you're not going anywhere in this job. I take the lateral move, get a little bit lower pay, get the medical benefits, and then try to over-deliver her way out.
One of the things I'm hearing here is that this is not a be-all, fix-all for people if they're not willing to do the work.
Yeah, look, 10-10-10 is not an easy silver bullet where suddenly all your decisions will be, announced to you by somebody who drops out of the sky. You have to do the hard, emotional, candid work of having a conversation with yourself about what life you want to create. You know, how do you want to live? Who do you want to be? Who are you living for? Then you can do 10-10-10. That's a hard conversation, but so necessary, so freeing.
Talk about hard conversations. This one from Anonymous. After 30 years of being married, my husband is going through a very severe midlife crisis. Do I stay or do I go? We own and run a business together. Our children are young adults in college.
Yeah, this brings together the parenting aspects, the career aspects, the marriage aspects, all of which 10-10-10 can be applied to. And this is a case where a person has to sit down and have the hardest, candid conversation you ever have, which is the one you have with yourself. And just to say, is this the marriage I want? Where do I want to be in 10 years? That will impact, all of the decisions she makes up to that. Does she want to save this marriage? Is this the marriage she dreamt of having? How much does the business matter to her? In her list of priorities, is having financial security the most important thing? Well, then she'll know her 10-10-10 when she does it. But what 10-10-10 gives this woman who's really in a very desperate place, what gives her is a process so that she's not operating just on gut or guilt or fear or paralysis. She has a process, and it's going to get her to a solution.
All right, Suzy Welch, it's a great book,
and
a lot of applicable ideas here for people. So thank you so much. Life transforming ideas. Of course, I wish I could transform my mouth so that it would work.